Well, here we are, another February 14th, and we're all in the same boat once again. Now, before I get into the actual point of this video, I want to say something interesting that I've experienced in the build up to today. And that's the fact that I thought to do this video thinking, yeah, a lot of us are all going to feel the same way. A lot of us are all going to be probably getting the same videos, and I want to be part of that. I want to make a sad February 14th video to get clicks, right? And I had the motivation to do that whilst I was feeling quite upset but unable to make a video. So I shelved the idea and said, next time I feel this way, I'll come back to it. And I haven't really felt that way since. I've been unable to bring myself to that level of sadness to the point where I had the same ideas and same talking points that I was thinking about then. And that kind of delayed the making of this video. It's currently 12 o'clock, like noon, midday on February 14th as I'm recording this. And I wanted to record this ages ago, but I just wasn't feeling as bad for myself as I was back then. And now this video isn't really going to be advice. It's not going to be how to dig yourself out of this alone hole on Valentine's Day. No. We're going to be in this hole, and we might be in this hole for a while. It's just that I think between thinking of this video and making this video, I don't think it's all too much of a bad thing to be in this hole. And I think one of the bigger reasons why we feel bad is because we're expected to feel bad. Because today, for some reason, was a deadline. But it's not a deadline. I don't really think we have deadlines or should have deadlines in regards to this kind of stuff. Because it feels toxic and it feels unfair. And I guess that's really all I have to say in regards to that. We're told to feel sad because we're in this certain group of people who don't have anyone to spend today with. But so what? I mean, it was the same yesterday, last week, last month, and even last year, right? For a lot of us. And between that time, we've had an equal amounts of ups and downs across the board, right? Let's be realistic here, not be doomer, not be so filled with self-pity, and just respect the fact that time has moved forward, but all of a sudden today is the day that we need to feel stuck in the mud, when that hasn't really been the case. Another thing that I will make this video partially about is personal experience. I have tried the past couple of years to look for someone and something, but it's failed miserably. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that the game ain't for me. And so yeah, we're going to put a pause on it. And it's made me realize, I think a lot of it's to do with expectations. Now, a lot of you are really going to be adamant on the fact that this is what you want. I want a relationship. I want this person. I want that person. And you're right, okay? You're right. You might really want this. But is this really what's best for the other person who it is that you have eyes for? I don't think that's a good thing to kind of have as your internal mindset. But what I do think is something that we should be doing. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, it's true that I feel sad. It's true this. It's true that. This is of my own accord, right? Okay. Assuming that you do have that amount of self-control to bring sadness upon yourself, right? Which I think is kind of a hard thing to do. As I said before, I found it really hard to bring myself into a depressing position where this is... Because before I wanted to make a really much more sadder video, and it was just really hard to put myself in that mindset. So if you're the type of person that's really just able to bring yourself into this sadness, then... Because I used to be that kind of person up until very recently, then I think you're also the type of person to really bring yourself out of it through sheer delusion. I think the best way out of this hole that society has imagined around you is to just imagine yourself out of it. Now, this is a bit of a nonsensical video. I think I've tried many times to record, delete this video, and it all comes down to the same thing. This doesn't make sense. It's waffling, it's rambling. But the key thing between these videos is this unqualified advice that makes no sense that I'm trying to give everyone. And fuck it, it's my channel, it's my video, right? I could be sad. Okay, hang on. Let's put the sad Let's put the sad face on. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys. I think we lost. I think this year it's over. We are exactly where we were last year. And throughout this entire year, things have been going so, I think, horribly. I mean, YouTube's been good. Don't get me wrong, YouTube's been good. But I feel like outside of that, when it comes to actually connecting to real people, it's not nice. It's horrible. Now, I could do that. I guess I could, right? But I'd run out of things to say. Because, one, it's all been heard before. And two, listen, I said before when I started this video, we're in the same boat, okay? You don't need confirmation of that. Look around, right? Check the comments. The fact that I made it, it's on your recommendation, and it was on the same recommendation feed as everyone else who has seen this video, which might not be a lot, to be fair. That we don't need to all look around and see the sadness and the tears in our eyes in order to know that we know what we're talking about. But anyways, the real advice that I struggle to give is, how can we keep up this delusion? Is this delusion healthy for us? I can't really life coach you guys. I can't really life coach anyone. I'm trying my best to be motivational. I'm trying my best not to steep into sadness. But I can understand why a lot of you are feeling the way that you're feeling. And I understand the reason why this feeling of lack of sadness is actually pretty hard to come by. I understand it. And I can't be the person to give you guys a reason. I can't just say, no, there are no expectations on society, and then give you an actual direction to go towards. I can't make sense of any of this. I'm in the same boat as you guys, and you guys can do whatever you want. But my advice is that I think my blind leading the blind. I know this video wasn't going to be advice, but okay, to be fair, I said the video wasn't going to be advice in terms of curing the loneliness, in terms of getting someone. But the only advice I have is just be delusional, just fuck it, because I don't think it's a good thing to bring what it is that we have onto other people. If you'll find someone, maybe, whether that be a lover or anyone else, who can take your sadness, right? I mean, therapy exists, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people see that as a defeat, but fuck, I don't know. Plus, don't be so egotistical, I guess. You will find someone to take the real you. But until then, I think as a favor to yourself and as a favor to society, be happy, And I know I just said don't conform to society's expectations, but I think the reality is society expects you to be sad. Society doesn't expect you to be happy. But being happy is actually good for society. It's not what society wants. It's what society needs, right? So fulfill that need. Happy people attract happy people, right? And when two happy people meet, that's when they start to peel back layers and enjoy that sticky substance beneath each other's skin. That's okay. That's a weird thing to say. You know what I'm trying to say when I get that? The real thing that makes each other stick. The real thing that's like explorable. The substance that we seek from each other, really, which is more than just a delusional sense of happiness, but a real sense of something real, right? And that's different for everyone. That's different for me, right? So let's just analyze this year differently. Let's take this year differently. If you want to know what my plans for today is, I'm going out. I found one person to go outside with to this event that's going on in my city. So yeah, but I don't know. That could be, for you guys, you could be thinking, well, I don't have anyone else to go out with today. Okay, go out next week. I don't know, next month. Why does today matter so much? It doesn't. Because today is... it doesn't matter. You've had days before, you've had weeks before, you've had months before. Today is no deadline. Today is not a deadline. The deadline and the expectation is whatever you want it to be. So don't be sad this Valentine's Day, because you've had yourself all the way up until now. So why betray that?